Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today there is one last video about the ban list. Yay! As a couple of you guys probably know, after seeing the ban list reaction video, I already had like 2 videos ready for the weekend, fully edited and done. But that's all not relevant anymore. So in this video we're gonna talk about like what does the ban list mean? What really happened? What do the banned cards mean? What changes this format? What will be in the next format? Because it's really easy to shout that VFD is the best card, but we should not write off other decks so easy, as we tend to do quite often. And because Konami kind of screwed me over because I had 2 videos ready, but I will not let myself be defeated by Konami. I will just use the content that I made in that video, because I don't want to make the same jokes twice. So, jokes on you, Konami, I still have the best content. So I'm gonna make my best efforts to make the video a very clean flow. And it's gonna be fun, because I really like those jokes, and some of them are quite relevant for this video as well. But first, before we continue, I do have to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Cardmarket. If you haven't bought out your emergency teleports that will go to 3 or all the other cards, or if you haven't sold the cards that are being banned yet to maximize your profit fully, then be sure to check out Cardmarket, which is a site where you can buy and sell your cards from professional vendors or private sellers like you and me. And yeah, it's honestly one of the best sites out there. I already bought my 2nd and 3rd emergency teleport just in case, you know, just in case. And yeah, thank you Cardmarket for sponsoring this video. They will return throughout this video quite a bunch of times. This is gonna be a very fun video. I really like the idea behind this. But yeah, let's talk about the ban list. So of course there are 3 cards that were hit, which are Dragon Buster the Destruction Sword, not Buster Whelp, which I said in my video wrongly, but it's not banned, which is a shame because it's technically wrong, but it's technically right, so I don't really care. Then we have Link Cross and we have Smoke Grenade. The Thief, not the Time Thief, like I said. It's not a Time Thief card. So these cards of course hit the major decks, Dragon Link and Infernoble, decks that have been running around for quite some while now to everyone's big despise. But now there's just more room for other decks to dominate, like it always, you know. It's just a little bit of a weird thing that so late in the format a new deck joined, because that's usually not the case. Usually we have like a triangle format or like 2 top decks and they get hit and then we result back to other decks. But now there already was a replacement quite quick, and Konami decided to not hit any of that, which is Virtual World. But yeah, do these hits really matter? They do. For Infernoble, the deck is kind of dead. It's still playable, like don't get angry at me for saying your deck is dead or trash, but it is. The Link Cross hit already was quite a lot for the deck. It really cannot make use out of any of the tools it had before. Basically for each deck, like the Marcher and the Herald are just gone. They are not really nice to play anymore. You cannot really get there easily like you did with the Link Cross. So that already solves a lot. So the Link Cross hit was quite good. And of course Smoke Grenade really hits Infernoble because now their end board is just significantly worse. You can still do a lot of the same things with the Hulk into the Deskbot. Deskbot they didn't ban, which I kind of hoped they would, but they didn't. But now they will not end on a free negate in the form of Savage, because their combo doesn't work that way anymore. And they will not be able to hand loop, which is insane. Then we go to Dragon Link, and that deck is also kind of weird, because Hulk really is kind of in a weird spot now, because you can still play the Romulus. I tested it with it and it's still that's the same, but making a Hulk doesn't really add anything anymore. You cannot have any additional value of the Rose Dragons, you cannot have any additional value of the Violent Cube. So that's just kind of, it's a good hit, pretty cool. And the other Dragon Link hit of course was what the deck made so strong, was the Buster hit, which was the Buster Whelp. I'm saying it again. So this Destruction Sword thing, the monster that locks you out of the extra deck. Well, that is really unfortunate for the deck, and for many other decks this is definitely a good hit, because it's, you know, you can Dark Ruler a field, but then you still lose because you cannot have the back row. That card just eventually had to go. It's kind of interesting that they decided to ban that card and not Union Hanger. carrier, because the infinite negate combo with the Ivy and Apex is still live now, which is interesting to see that they're going that route. But yeah, we're gonna see if that is gonna become a real problem. One of the most important hits on this ban list is just still Smoke Grenade, because this changes everything. But yeah, like the Smoke Grenade changes everything. Like a lot of cards become more viable now. Nobody ran Dark Ruler no more because it didn't do anything against the top decks, because you would just lose the card against Smoke Grenade. Well, that's not a thing anymore, so you can just main 3 Dark Ruler no more now. And hey, that's pretty solid, because you could just do that and it's not even that bad. And nice format. Droplets is again very strong contender now, because you could just droplet VFD or just droplet everything, you will not lose the card. Like, it's so insane how much Smoke Grenade changes. Like, evenly matched becomes good again. Like, all these cards, they just become good again, and their end fields will be significantly worse because Link Cross is gone. So, did this ban list do enough? Definitely. Did this ban list hit the mark? Also definitely, but we'll talk about that a little while later. The other change is a card went to 2, which is True King's Return. I don't really have to talk about this card. Putting this card 2 or 3 will not change anything. True Draco is consistency less without Diagram or Masterpiece, and this deck is just... And I think it brings my hope up, because they maybe bring back some other cards the next list, but that's in 3 months, and I don't know, True Draco doesn't do anything. I spoke about it in my wish list a lot, and there's really nothing else to say. But did you already buy your second return? Well, I know a great website to buy them on. It's called Cardmarket. If I still haven't convinced you yet to join the website, I here have a couple of codes, which will provide €5 starting credit on your first purchase on Cardmarket. This is only for new accounts. Be sure to use the code Tatsym as a referral. If you don't know what Cardmarket is, I also have a link in my description down below. Thank you. Now for cards that went to 3, we have all the cards that were at 2. It's so weird that they clean everything that's at 2. So there's now only 1 card at 2, which is Malicious, which is fine. And then they bring another card to 2. Wait, are you cleaning up the list or are you not? There are 5 cards at 3. We have Graf Seer, which all the BA players are happy about. I don't know why, because if you open 2 Graf, it sucks. Yeah, it's nice that they're finally at 3, but it doesn't do anything anyway, and the PK deck only played 3 Burning Abyss anyway, and it's really hard for me to be happy about this. Even though that I'm a BA player at heart, I don't really care about any of this. Like, pure BA is just trash, so who cares about this, really? And Buster, Toad, cards that shouldn't have gone to 1 in the first place, then they were at 2, they did nothing, now they are at 3 and they did nothing. This changes nothing for the deck. Yeah, cool that they're at 3, but who cares? And the last card is Evil Gishki Mind August. That is not cool. They brought another Evil Gishki card back last thing, and this. What are they doing? Why are they bringing back these cards? We just have a Ritual Archetype, which is kind of generic, and now they... This is... I'm not the biggest brain, Ritual player, but if this weekend's LCS is going to be dominated by Dryadon decks, then hey, you heard it here first. That's def. It's just going to happen, you know, it's true. I know they play Evil Gishki and that deck can end loop, and I don't know what it does, and I don't know, we'll see about that. But Smoke Grenade is banned, so we bring back the Rituals. But I'm just sick and tired of being hand duped by Smoke Grenade. Goodbye, Smoke Grenade. This is funny because I ripped this before the ban list. I called it. I told you. Yeah, what else is there to talk about, really? What does this mean for the format? Of course, Volkswagen is still pretty strong, pretty viable. VFD is really strong, but this is not the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! VFD can be outed with droplets, with other cards, and the deck can be stopped by Gamma or by Nibiru or by a lot of things, and it has to open quite well, but you still can stop it then, and it's gonna be interesting. How I look at it right now is this ban is soft so much because decks that just were not viable are very viable right now. I have 2 deck lists incoming, which is 1 Emancipator deck list which has already adjusted to the Link Cross hit and is now in a very cool spot. Stay tuned for that list because that list is really cool. And I have been testing Infernoids myself, Blind second, because there was no option to go blind second earlier, because they just hand loop you and you lose. But now it's just insane, because you can just go second, because they will not look into your hand. So you can just go second and you can just Dark Ruler and that stops it. So that's really solid. So there are just so many decks that have become more viable because other decks just are not. The only problem, of course, still is VFD, but I can complain about that like whatever I want with its band. It's still at 3. So we're just gonna have to accept that. We're gonna have to adjust, and you know, you can just play outs to. I hate saying that because the card is broken. The card definitely needs to be banned, but it's not the end of the world. Infernoble's pretty dead. It was fun meeting you. This deck was never healthy, only facilitated the broken cards, so bye bye. And Dragonlink still at pretty much full power. You can still do like everything you want. I've already seen combos that end on a Spheres, Savage, a Lancia equipped with Union the Hanger or Carrier, because we still play that for reasons unknown. So in your opponent's turn you bounce the Lancia to your hand, which is good against every deck in this format. And then the Sphere summons the Goliath out of the deck, which locks your opponent from special summoning from the extra deck. And if they want to attack that monster, you can use Hope Harbinger, which has come back into the deck again. And we still have the exact same deck, because LP still isn't banned. Why, Konami? Why didn't you ban LP? Then of course we still have some Dino cards out there. Dino cards are fun. Dino cards are fun. I hate dinos. Have you read Misk? Oh no. The format is better. We cannot really complain. We want to complain, but we cannot really complain, because the main big issue have been addressed. Decks that have been viable for like 3 months are significantly worse now. Only Noble Knight really, because Dragonlink still is I don't know, man. I honestly don't know how to feel about this Banlist. Like every time you can like discuss like it's good, and the other time you can just say it's bad, and it's both viable. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see until what all the big brain players actually come up with. I'm gonna test Dragonlink myself. I'm gonna test Inferno, but there are so many things. I want to play Striker, I want to play Guru. All these decks are just good now because Virtual World loses to traps. Elpic is in a really good place now. Dragoon is still out there in the format. Zexal still out there in the format. Not that there are problem cards, but they are like things that you can do, and it's just so much fun. There's so much to explore right now. Banlist season is always a lot of fun, and it's a wild ride. And yeah, I cannot wait to see how it happens. But there's still one more sponsor part of this video. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comment section down below what your last purchase on Cardmarket was. Thank you for sponsoring this video, Cardmarket. Have I still not convinced you to use Cardmarket? Still not? And here's another €5 code. This is not for starting credits, this is for everyone, so first come, first serve. Enjoy. Let me know what you bought with these €5. Sounds fun. Buy gurus. Buy like 20. Send them to me. Thank you. And we will see you guys in the next video, which is either the Dragonlink replay that I have coming up, or it's the Banlist reaction. That actually sounds horrible. So yeah, I did kind of call it with the prediction that there was either a Dragonlink replay or a Banlist reaction. And yeah, what deck do you want to play this format? There are so many options, you can play everything. You want to play Dino? Go ahead. Dice to Ash. I'll Misk, don't play it, deck's bad. Maybe they'll believe me if I say it enough. You want to play Prankits? Prankits pretty good now, you can play Prankits with a new link. It's pretty cool. You want to play Volkswagen? Sure, pick the best deck. Pussy, do it. You want to play Outlick? It's kind of cheap now. Wait, Lord is reprinted, but Cursed Elden still is expensive. Outlick best deck? Invoked? Dogmatica? Striker? Infernoid? Emancipator, DDD. There are so many options out there. This format's gonna be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. Excited to see the extravaganza. Excited to see what people will be playing there. It's gonna be a lot of cool, fun content. I'm gonna do my best to give you guys the best deck lists and the best content out there. And thank you guys for watching the video. Comment down below what deck you will play. And let me know what you bought with the €5 Cardmarket credit. And I don't have anything else to complain about anymore. See you guys in the next one. Bye guys.